For the Roses this year is really the run for the money, and not just for those who are going to be betting on those Derby horses. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the WHAS11 night team. I'm Doug Proffitt. Most everything you can imagine with Derby 150 is turning to gold. From people renting their homes to our legendary hotels, the prices are at an all-time new high. WHAS11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Addie Hill are live downtown tonight, where some places are currently sold out. Taylor?
Well, Doug, most of the room prices are ranging anywhere between a couple $100 to just over $2,000 a night. And with Derby 150 nearly a week away, there's a very slim chance you will find somewhere to stay.
It's the call for the post for record profits. Derby 150 is a once-in-a-lifetime with historically high prices. Most hotels are fully booked, others are going fast.
This year with the 150th running, it's a historic moment and people are clamoring to come to Louisville.
We checked just how much rooms are running at the Grady Hotel at 6th and Main from Derby all the way to the day after Derby. Prices start at just $1,200 a night up to nearly $2,000 a night.
Yeah, that's nuts.
At the AC Hotel New Loop, rooms are ranging anywhere between $930 to nearly $1,300 a night. The Galt House Hotel has some rooms just over $2,000 a night.
I guess it's not as big as the prize pot that they're taking home, though.
Airbnbs are also a top choice among horse racing fans. Jay Bowman is an owner and operator of 16 short-term rentals in Louisville.
So this is an opportunity for locals to provide a home and a hospitality opportunity.
Bowman has 5 operational units in this building in the Highlands. For Derby 150, he says the prices are a lot higher than normal.
It's a very high demand weekend. You'll see short-term rentals usually garner anywhere from between $600 to $3,000 a night.
Roseanne Maston with Louisville Tourism says the city is expecting about 250,000 people over both Oaks and Derby days.
We should break $405 million in estimated economic impact.
The foot traffic and revenue is a huge deal for businesses all across the city.
Bakeries and caterers to rideshare companies.
Tucking in profits for the night at anywhere you can find a room.
Derby has such a high demand.
And the city is excited to welcome in hundreds of thousands of horse racing fans next week. Reporting live in downtown Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Taylor, thank you very much. Also, another big headline today. You are looking at the newly renovated paddock experience at Churchill Downs. $200 million worth of reconstruction now finished for Derby 150. For decades, spectators had their backs right to the Twin Spires as they were watching the horses in the paddock at Churchill Downs. Now, after 2 years of construction, the majestic paddock now brings the iconic spires front and center. And inside, even more grand, twin club rooms underneath the spires offer a new way to enjoy the parade of racehorses. And on one side of the horse tunnel, the Sports Illustrated Bar. On the other side, the Woodford Reserve Paddock Club. Both are decorated with racing antiques and nods to the history of the track. And underneath all of that is a secret underground bourbon tunnel. It took 300 people working daily to complete that project, many from right here in Kentucky.
Did put in a lot of long days, had some short tempers, but we got her done, and I couldn't be happier. It's always fun when I hear my kids say, "Daddy built that."
Well, racing fans will get to see it for the first time this Saturday on opening night. The first race is 6 p.m. and an added twist this year, the Oaks and Derby post-position draws will be live at 7 from Churchill Downs Saturday night. This is just the latest version of the paddock in the nearly 150-year history of Churchill Downs. When the first grandstand was built in 1875, the track's paddock was just a simple building standing right beside it. Over the next 100 years, 2 other versions of the paddock would be built, including a new tunnel that would take the horses from the saddling area to the track. Then in 1986, another new paddock complete with state-of-the-art tote boards also being built there. That is the paddock that's been replaced by the newly redesigned space you'll see for this year's Derby and Oaks. We are excited at WHAS 11 to get you ready for this momentous Kentucky Derby, one-of-a-kind Derby 150, Saturday at 7. Join us for our WHAS 11 special Derby presentation. We call it The Greatest 2 Minutes. We're going to take a closer look at the traditions, the people who've been so loyal to the race, and I'll trace the unique history of the Twin Spires with Louisville's most famous historian, Tom Owen. What influenced the 24-year-old draftsman who designed them? The Greatest 2 Minutes on WHAS 11. It's this Saturday at 7. More local news here on the night team happening tonight. A man is dead after a shooting near downtown Louisville earlier tonight. Metro Police headed to the area around TARC headquarters in the L&N buildings, 10th and Broadway, just after 5 tonight. When officers arrived, they found a car crash involving several vehicles right near the intersection. Police say a man was found inside one of those cars with a fatal gunshot wound. One other person was taken to the hospital with unknown injuries. Police say if you have any information about the shooting, you can help detectives by calling anonymously at 574-LMPD. And now we want to update the breaking news you saw here on the night team last night at 11. Metro Police told us late today that an elderly couple remain in the hospital after being hit by a car on Frankfort Avenue last night. They have life-threatening injuries. The woman has the most severe injuries. Police told us there were encouraging signs of recovery today. The couple was hit after leaving the Veronese restaurant, walking across Frankfort Avenue in the rain. Police say the driver of the car stayed at the scene and is not facing charges. All new right now on the WHAS 11 night team, a new twist in the battle over a special taxing district. Those tax funds would go back to the West Louisville neighborhoods in the district. But 8 West Louisville residents are now suing to stop the TIF, saying it's unconstitutional. The West End Opportunity Partnership is vowing to fight the claims. WHAS 11 night team's Alex Dederer and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie have more on the concerns.
A large controversial special taxing district, or TIF, in Louisville's West End is now being called unconstitutional in a lawsuit filed by 8 West End residents. It was passed by the Kentucky General Assembly back in 2021.
They care about the community, they'll fight for the community, so therefore I support them.
2 reasons the residents are filing the suit are because they claim the TIF targets a specific individual, object, or locale and is taking money away from the public school system.
You got your investors, then you come into the community and saying, what do you need, what do you want? It should have been, what do you need, what do you want? Then get the investors.
Nonprofit West End Opportunity Partnership is responsible for collecting and using the money from this TIF to revitalize all 9 of Louisville's West End neighborhoods. That includes Russell, which is where Russell Neighborhood Association President Jackie Floyd lives.
I stand Russell proud.
The lawsuit lists the nonprofit as a defendant, as well as Louisville Metro Government and the Kentucky Department of Revenue. Floyd has been a part of the TIF conversation since the beginning, saying a lot of issues stemmed from a lack of transparency between residents and officials.
Most people have never heard of a TIF. If we had been educated, if our elected officials had been keeping us informed on this is what they were coming down to, a TIF, okay? And took the time to educate the community and being more forthcoming, honest, then that would make a difference in the reaction that we're getting now from the TIF.
And wants to feel that West End residents' voices are heard.
And who knows their neighborhood better than the people that live in the neighborhood?
The plaintiffs are requesting to have the TIF declared unconstitutional and stopped immediately. Floyd wants to see economic development in the West End.
More sit-down restaurants. Okay, I would like to see factories that are good for the community and hire community folks.
But wants to see development she claims residents have a part in deciding. In Russell, Alex Dederer with photojournalist Elijah McKenzie, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
In a statement tonight to WHAS 11 News, attorney Amy Cubbage for the West End Opportunity Partnership says in part, quote, the complaint does not implicate any actions taken by the partnership. It takes issue with the structure and passage of the original legislation creating the partnership. Nevertheless, the partnership will defend the legislation vigorously, going on to say the partnership is proud to serve its neighbors in West Louisville, and it will not be distracted from its important work by this frivolous and ill-founded litigation. This historic investment in West Louisville saw an exciting start today. City leaders breaking ground on an expansion of the West End School in the Chickasaw neighborhood. The all-boys school will now have a girls' campus, expected to welcome about 150 girls by August of 2025. And that wasn't the only groundbreaking for students in Louisville today. Across the city, JCPS officials also broke ground on a new campus for the W.E.B. Du Bois Middle and High School, which is off Poplar Level Road and Newburgh. The $62 million investment is set to benefit thousands of students of color. The all-boys school will welcome 1,000 new middle and high school students by 2026. Leaders and future students at both groundbreakings expressed a commitment to bringing education to Louisville's underserved communities.
There is nothing like having access to better education right in your own backyard.
If we have a school that's for black boys, why not have a school that's for black boys in a black neighborhood?
The new Du Bois Academy is scheduled to open for the 2026 school year. In addition, a turf athletic field and stadium will be built on the same site as the school.